Hello, my brilliant Sussex squadron. Gather close, pour yourself a generous cup of tea, or, if today's tale rattles your royal nerves as much as I suspect, perhaps reach for something stronger. Because what I have for you today isn't just about Christmas carols, jingling bells, or the sparkle of fairy lights on a frosty winter's evening. No, what we are about to unwrap together is nothing short of a royal scandal tied up in red ribbon, dripping with envy, and scented with the bitter perfume of competition. Yes, my friends, while the world is preparing for the festive season with laughter and light, somewhere in the dimly lit corridors of Kensington Palace, there is panic, jealousy, and perhaps even a few slammed doors. Why? Because Meghan Sussex is at the centre of it all. Because Meghan Sussex, our Meghan Sussex, is back with Netflix, not only delivering the much-anticipated second season of her beloved lifestyle series With Love, Meghan Sussex, but also adding a glittering jewel to her crown, With Love, Meghan Sussex, Holiday Celebration. And as the news broke, fans across the globe gasped with excitement. The trailer alone sent social media into a frenzy, clocking millions of views within days. The anticipation is electric, the energy undeniable, and the love for Meghan Sussex, palpable. But not everyone is celebrating, dear squadron. Oh no. In fact, across the pond, there are certain people who are not jingling their bells with joy. Some are stamping their royal feet in frustration, and one particular princess, draped in red coats and rehearsed smiles, is reportedly not pleased in the slightest. Yes, I'm talking about none other than Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales, who, according to her most obsessive supporters, is deeply upset that Meghan Sussex's Christmas project might once again outshine her carefully staged festive offerings. The drama unwrapped. Now, let's set the stage. Since 2019, Kate has tried to carve out her own festive tradition with televised specials and Christmas carol services. You may recall her collaboration with Mary Berry, the celebrity baker, in a primetime Christmas program. Then came her annual Royal Carols Together at Christmas, a stiffly choreographed event filmed in Westminster Abbey, complete with choirs, candlelight, and plenty of PR spin about her work in the community. But here's the catch. Despite the palace PR machine working overtime, despite the glossy headlines pushed by the UK tabloids, the truth is, Kate's festive productions have consistently struggled to capture public interest. Viewership numbers have been underwhelming, social media engagement practically non-existent, and let's be honest, outside the royal bubble, nobody is really talking about them. And this is where the story twists. Because Meghan Sussex's projects, without any taxpayer-funded publicity machine, without tabloid cheerleading, and without a forced national broadcast, have been pulling in staggering attention worldwide. When Netflix released Meghan Sussex's trailer, it instantly racked up views, millions of them. Social media platforms lit up with excitement. Fans applauded her style, her creativity, and the warmth that seems to radiate through her projects. Compare that to Kate's carol service clips, uploaded to YouTube by royal channels and left to gather dust with embarrassingly low numbers. And what do we see? A glaring difference in influence. Enter the derangers, Kate's self-proclaimed online army of anti-Meghan Sussex obsessives. These individuals, who dedicate their days to bashing Meghan Sussex on X, formerly Twitter, were quick to accuse Meghan Sussex of copying Kate. Yes, you heard that right. According to them, Meghan Sussex's holiday special is not a fresh, original celebration of culture and family, but a supposed attempt to steal Kate's Christmas spotlight. They ranted, they raved, they tweeted with frothing fury. Meghan Sussex is obsessed with Kate, they cried. Why release a holiday show when Kate already does one, they demanded. But let's pause here, squadron, and examine the absurdity of this claim. Meghan Sussex's lifestyle brand With Love. Meghan is about food, family, culture, and the art of living well. A holiday special fits seamlessly within that framework. It's natural, it's organic, it's expected. Meanwhile, Kate's carol service exists largely as a PR stunt to showcase her in a glowing light, complete with carefully orchestrated press coverage. One is art, the other is optics. One is authentic, the other is manufactured. So who's copying whom? The truth, as we've seen time and time again, is that Kate has often attempted to shadow Meghan Sussex's limelight. When Meghan Sussex launches a project, Kate suddenly appears with a similar one. When Meghan Sussex's style trends, Kate borrows elements for her own wardrobe. When Meghan Sussex's philanthropic efforts make waves, Kate is rushed out for a photo op. It is a pattern so transparent that even casual observers have noticed it. And yet the palace PR machine spins the narrative that Meghan Sussex is the copycat. Meghan Sussex is the competitor. Meghan Sussex is the problem. But ask yourself this. If Meghan Sussex is supposedly irrelevant, if Meghan Sussex is allegedly a failure, as Kate's supporters often claim, then why do they obsess over her every move? Why do Kate's fans know more about Meghan Sussex's projects than about Kate's own? Why do they flood social media not to promote Kate's work, but to tear down Meghan Sussex? Because Squadron, deep down, they recognize a painful truth. Meghan Sussex's influence eclipses Kate's. Meghan Sussex generates excitement, conversation, and genuine cultural impact. Kate generates polite applause from royal reporters and a handful of views on YouTube. The numbers don't lie. Let's talk about hard numbers. Kate's early childhood animated series, heavily promoted in the press, flopped so badly that viewership was embarrassingly low. It barely registered in the public consciousness. The Christmas Carol specials, the ratings have dwindled year after year despite prime slots on British television. Meanwhile, Meghan Sussex's Netflix projects, from the Harry and Meghan Sussex documentary to her upcoming lifestyle shows, are global events. They trend, they spark think pieces, they dominate headlines. Not because of palace PR, but because of genuine public interest in Meghan Sussex. And that, my friends, is what burns the most. That is why the derangers scream about copying and competition. It isn't because Meghan Sussex is chasing Kate, it's because Kate, despite her titles and despite her resources, cannot measure up to Meghan Sussex's natural star power. The smear campaign exposed. Of course, we cannot discuss this without mentioning the larger picture. The ongoing smear campaign waged by the monarchy and their media allies against Meghan Sussex and Harry. For years, the British press has churned out article after article painting Meghan Sussex as a villain, twisting her every move into something sinister while protecting and glorifying Kate. But here's the irony. The harder they push to smear Meghan Sussex, the more people see through it. The contrast between the headlines and the reality becomes too stark to ignore. Meghan Sussex shines regardless, while the royal machine looks increasingly desperate. And so we must ask, how long will this continue? How long will King Charles, William, Kate, and Camilla allow this toxic game to play out? Because each time they try to diminish Meghan Sussex, they only end up highlighting her success. So let us end where we began, with Christmas. As Meghan Sussex prepares to share her With Love Meghan holiday celebration with the world, she does so from a place of joy, creativity, and authenticity. She isn't competing with Kate, she doesn't need to. Meghan Sussex is walking her own path, building her own legacy, and touching hearts across the globe. Kate, meanwhile, is trapped in a cycle of comparisons she cannot win, buoyed only by the noise of derangers, who, in truth, spend more time watching Meghan Sussex than supporting their supposed favourite. And that, Squadron, is the ultimate irony. Kate's so-called fans aren't her fans at all. They are Meghan Sussex's shadow watchers, obsessed, fixated, and consumed by someone they claim to despise but cannot stop following. So this Christmas, as the palace strains to push yet another carol service into the headlines, remember this: Meghan Sussex doesn't need to compete. She is already above it all. Her projects speak for themselves. Her global influence cannot be dimmed, and no amount of palace envy or tabloid smear campaigns will change that. Because while Kate's bells may jingle faintly in the distance, Meghan Sussex's star burns brighter, lighting up the season, the screens, and the hearts of millions. And that, my brilliant Squadron, is the story worth celebrating.